Staz and your little
Mm.
puppy. What's it called? The party did win the battle, as you can guess.
Whee!
They lost one of their NPCs' vision, sadly though, a Aarakocra they were allied with.
Okay.
They had a big festival, and some undead guys showed up to it.
Oh, how lovely.
That didn't want to fight. That were from another undead faction type thing. You did. I would say you would have fucked off to the hunting grounds, and then you just come back from the hunting grounds. Which
Okay.
I will say, just roll me a quick D100.
Ooh, okay. Interesting. Stone and stone.
15.
55.
You would have got because I'll just check on the hunting table because it's the official thing. You would have got what's called a adult black dragon fang
Ooh, okay.
during your hunting with your pack and other creatures in there.
Nice.
So, with all of you kind of coming back after your 2 weeks of downtime, I would say, Staz, you coming back, more your natural instincts kicking in. That's some
Right.
big, I'm guessing, would you go to Queen Shalltear now? Or try and get, with the party, I'm guessing.
What, do I sense something's wrong?
I would say you would sense that you would be needed soon.
Yeah, I'll just go like straight up to the door.
Alright, fair enough.
And just knock on the door.
Yeah, so easy. I would say the guards would basically leave because I'm guessing you would all want a meeting room after this.
Hmm.
So all of you waking up, going to what looks like a meeting. Hinwin, would you call Talion in for this meeting too? Hinwin?
Yeah, he's not here, it seems.
Hello?
DM pans to Hinrin's room. Hinrin is missing.
Oh no.
Oh,
Hinrin.
for fuck's sake, why was my mic turned
The
off?
quest to rescue Hinrin. Wait, was that the
Should
person who got
never-
murdered?
It's like, Hinrin, would you care to elaborate? No.
Oh, wait, Hinrin was
No.
murdered.
Yes, I would like to summon Tally, and he's got a report to do.
Is anyone what's called more for the main party? Is there anyone that also summon into this meeting? May I ask or no? No.
Do we do all the important
Oh.
NPCs, or do we just leave it at that?
I mean,
Yes.
could get Edge as well. Don't know.
Oryx, perhaps? Is he still here?
Oryx is still here, yes. Oryx is still. He would be going after this though. So is that it?
Yeah, are we getting all those NPCs then? Edge, Virus, and Oryx? Also, have the keep notes been updated since our thing?
Yes, they have.
Can I ask? Can I have access to my character sheet, please?
No.
Wait, what?
I can't see any of my abilities. Just my picture.
Oh no! Oh, it's because
I can see Lug. Lug is absolutely fine, but
no, that's because I had to force access to Hinrin.
You have to play as Doggo.
It's all good. I have
Stat
access
is
to my
mine.
There you go.
No, give him back. It's mine.
You should be able to access your sheet now. Sorry, bro.
Cool.
So I would say all of you going in, taking a seat. Does anyone look different here? I just realised.
Yeah, I don't know who the fuck is the other guy.
Yeah, Stas, you walking in, you just see what looks like this half elf. Would you like to describe your character for me, please? Or your
Yeah. So, sort of, as I said, half elf with blonde hair, sort of tied behind, beard, purple eyes, sort of pretty humble clothes, and a short sword.
Did you just call him Oil?
Yeah.
I can't.
Ollie.
Ollie. Yes, Oil. Please explain yourself.
No, I have it the wrong way. So I'm sure. I little bit. I had to rush the prep for this. And as you see this monk, Monk, you looking towards this half orc. Describe a character for me, please, Stas.
As DM says, his name is Staz. He is like a 7 foot huge, kind of bulky half orc with sort of messy, like brown, blacky, white hair at the front, and it's like in this really messy braid at the back, and he's wearing like kind of furs. And next to him is this kind of sort of up to your kind of hip, this huge like lightning wolf that's got like brown fur. That's always next to him without fail. Yeah.
I would say you two just kind of see each other in the room, whether you wish to talk to each other.
Well, that's gonna. Stas will just like bring up his hand and does his little like little wave. Like... and he will point at the half elf and look towards like Shalltear and Hinrin and whoever's in the room, just be like, friend? Question mark.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't know who he is.
Friend. Oh,
And I would
man
say-
of many words.
Stas, there's one thing you notice: the magic mirror in here has been cracked quite a bit too.
Oh, okay.
I would say,
is that it? Lug? Are you okay?
Is there a flare in the room?
and I would say all of you would see Hinrin has actually his cape along with his rapier are now a dark green color. So I would say Talion walking and he goes, "You wanted my report, Hinrin?"
Yeah, that'd definitely be advisable.
Well, Talion goes, "I wasn't able to find this cave you spoke of. The only thing I was able to find was the destroyed city. But there's like these knights of some kind. They only show up at night, and when they do, they attempt to grab whatever they can and more so kill it. There was a witch, I think a witch or witches tower. I don't know what they're exactly called. I have spent a lot of time around them. But they were trying to search around in there from what I saw. And then once it did turn daytime, they vanished, as if they weren't even there.
Knights searching and killing shit,
And
all witch.
when I was leaving though, I did see a massive one. One that's probably, he looks to you, Staz, he goes, double the size of him, at least. And
That kind of looks really confused.
And this one did come out at daytime, but I couldn't even put a mark on it. It was invincible. I would recommend if you do see it, try to avoid the main costs. That was all that I was able to find, so I couldn't find more.
So, DM, what was that about the witches again?
They were swarming the witch's tower.
Swarming a tower. Okay.
Like moths to a flame. And he goes, again, weird bastards.
Yeah.
Very. That's all I was able to get out there. It gave me the cold willies if I stayed any longer. He kind of usually gives a bow to you. Oh.
How are you doing? The last time you went on a scout, you got yourself pretty roughed up. You all right now?
Didn't get touched by them. They aren't the most the most intelligent creatures in the world. So if you want to hide against them, they won't see you. As long as you don't act stupid. To describe it. I was able to snag this. As you see, kind of pulls out. I was able to was the witch's tower. I was there for probably a minute before I got swarmed by them. There was what I saw goes a massive chest of some kind in there. And there was a combination lock to it. Didn't know what it was though. Maybe some clues may be found on that tower. As I think, yeah, that is all of his report. And you see,
That's great.
Tamin kind of takes a seat. Oh. What's the rest of everyone doing?
So, haven't seen you guys in a couple of weeks. You do anything interesting?
I found out that we need abyssal soil to grow the seed for Fox's cure. And yeah, nice.
I found it out as well.
Great. So, did you also find out where to get it?
Yeah, there is a couple of locations, either the Abyss or if anyone's here got any favors they need from from Balbazar, he has some soil, but otherwise it's very, very, very expensive. Like we're talking like 80,000 gold for like a
So this is the Balthasar
Okay.
that we said had the seed that we weren't going to go.
yes.
Oryx is here, right?
Yeah, Oryx is
Oh.
he's more just watching over everyone here.
Yeah. Oryx here knows of one more way to get it. North of the swamp outpost, there is the temple with an alchemy lab which has some abyssal soil. We can go get it, but he asked that we bring it back after we used it, basically, and also that we do not touch anything or read any books that are there. Yes, same.
I would say Oryx actually looks to you too, Hinrin, as Valkyrie says this.
I thought you said eat books for a second.
Is
I
that
was a
my
bit
job?
confused what kind of books people are eating.
Nom nom nom.
I promise to try.
Mm,
That's not very convincing.
yeah. So the temple is protected by infernal magic, so we should be careful anyways. And we should also not touch the soil with our bare hands. And I look over to the bard.
While you said that, I'm looking at my new hand, and I realise I've still got your ring, so I take that off and chuck it to you.
I don't go
Okay,
around playing
thanks.
in soil.
Well, it was more like, touching things.
Tallinn kind of you see with it, what's called Oryx puts his hand up, he goes, the temple is long destroyed. The entrance should be open to the laboratory. It's the creep. Experiments. Jackson tried to fuse Inferno and monsters alike, along with maybe the sentry guards there. But it has been nearly a century since I've been there.
If I may, we should go to the temple first, because we shouldn't wait for too long to cure Fox. It could happen that we're too late then.
I do have a technical second solution for Fox's problem. Well, it's not more or less a solution. I've been kind of busy. I haven't been here most of the time. I've been in Valvazak's kingdom, reuniting some old friends there. So yeah, I did get an audience with Valvazak because well, I performed music there with some of my friends and got them and won the competition for them. So they're currently living in luxury. Thanks to me. But I did have an audience with Valvazak, and that audience was interesting. They have a bunch of names for everyone. Funny names, to be honest. The Librarian of Doom. Point to Hinrin. Shalltear the Bloody. Point to Shalltear. There you go. Black Angel of Death. Apparently that name sticks even over there in the Undead Kingdoms. And Quill the Terrible.
Yeah.
That's not nice.
So anyway, they're not massive fans of most of you guys. Met some interesting people. However, when I spoke to Valvazark, apparently Bloodhair has been attacking his kingdom and had actually tried to enslave a couple of my friends who were nearby the kingdom at the time. But Valvazark's forces managed to rescue one of them that was being attacked, and the other one who was actually stuck in a cage, possibly going to be taken by Bloodhair. And Bloodhair's a nuisance for them. I tried to get soul from Valvazark or whatever, but they knew information about Fox being a vampire, and essentially they claimed that we're all pretty much racist and stuff like that, even though I'm not racist against undead or anything like that. Very complicated, but yeah. So they're willing to send over, I think something like 50. I can't remember the number, but they're going to send over the ships led by Takio, which is like this Kitsune guy. I don't know if any of you met him.
Mhm.
But Valvazark has some people at the Blueskin Peaks, which are undead and necromancers. So we can get some of our people back, and they can get some of their people back, and that's what they're willing to help us with. There's one condition. I kind of pull out the red runestone. We have to give the choice to Fox whether she wants to be cured or whether she wants to not be a feral vampire. Apparently,
Be a feral vampire.
this would mean she wouldn't have her bloodlust or anything like that. She would have all the benefits she currently has from her condition, just without the bloodlust. So she wouldn't go around attacking everyone. But I don't know if she takes that and then say she takes a flower, what happens? But I was told to at least give her the choice. But I think either way they want to get their people back. But the problem is if we don't help them, they could just send their fleet over, and then I don't think Bloodhair's gonna risk a fight, and we'll just give them back their people, and then we still have people to rescue. It'd just be a massive waste opportunity if we just had this massive army from us and them. Yeah, mutually beneficial, and like, I don't know if your father will have problems with this or, but it, if I think some people might have some problems with it. Some people are really uneasy about the undead being in Sandtown, and kind of did see it. Could just say it was just coincidence, more or less. No, I think they're planning a naval attack. I don't think they'll be going through Banrund. I'm not sure. Well, they're sending their ships over, so it'd probably be a naval assault as such. Hitting, they have a navy, so hitting their navy head on while we attack, stretching them. Yeah, yeah. So we've, if we see any prisoners, even if they're undead or necromancers, we shouldn't kill them. If they're prisoners, you don't need to hurt them at all. They're they're just prisoners. They want to get their prison. They want to get their people back, and we want to get ours back. So
Don't su- I don't suppose, Quill, they gave you a timetable, did they?
they didn't give me an exact one, but I know they're going to do it at some point soon. I think I've got sending. I can do. Wasn't it a month?
They gave you 2 months.
2 months. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. It was 1 month or 2 months. Yeah, so 2 months.
Hmm. What's that? About a month and a half left on that one.
You want me to add up how many days you got specifically? Let me add up how many.
Sure.
Okay, give me a minute. You guys carry on. Okay. So what are you guys doing then?
Has anything else interesting happened? Well, we've been away from each other for a couple of weeks.
Well, Sebastian woke up.
How's he doing?
Pretty good. The thing is, he's, a child, and he discovered that he had powerful magic. So when he woke up, there was a little bit of a fireball problem at first. But I think
Virius will put up his hand and go, it was a fireball, chaos bolt, and he nearly set Edge's tail on fire. Along with he got into your stash, by the way, Henron.
Come again for Big Fudge? I didn't even realise he was out of the jail cell.
You see, he just kind of looks to you, Valkyrie. Looks to you, Val.
What did he get his hands on?
I think Fox put all the stuff back after he touched it. Or he did get his hand on the dread helm, though, from what I know.
Well, that's not too bad. That just makes you look more intimidating.
Yeah. But again, did not know. It's not my issue.
How did he get in? I always lock the door when I leave.
He one checked to dispel it, and two, he used the chaos bolt to break the door down.
You would have thought I would have been perceptive enough to notice that the door was
I
different.
mean, if he wants to understand, if he wants to understand magic, I could always teach him a thing or two.
I think we all can do that. So Fox has been looking after him, and she's doing a really great job at it. I think we got the magic thing covered. But thanks for the offer, Quill.
No problem.
Is he still got the memories of a kid, or is it getting any of those older ones back?
Well, last I know is that he remembers what he did when he was that age. It's basically like he just woke up one day and wasn't in his home with our parents, but instead in a jail cell, and had powerful magic that he didn't have before. Oh, so he was put under a sleeping curse, which is why he didn't wake up for, a few days. And this pirate, you might have noticed him, he was in a tavern. He was the one who did it. And Oryx was able to break the curse, but it backfired to the one who cast it, and he died of a heart attack.
Damn.
Well, that's interesting.
Oryx just standing there watching.
It will surprise none of you that I spend most of my time in the Swamp Outpost Library.
That is surprising. So surprising.
And you know what, Quill? Just for being that sarcastic, I won't tell you what I found out about the Bardic Codex.
Wait. That's evil. Well, I won't tell you what I found about your codex.
I know everything about my codex.
Do you?
Yes.
So do you know what happens when it comes 100%?
I should think so, seeing as it is 100% right now.
Wait, has
What?
The sass.
Oh my god, the twists and turns.
The sass. Unreal. The tension in this room.
What? How
Our
is
friend
that?
Oryx helped me. Before I went to the Swamp Outpost, I went and spent some time with the druids.
Plot thickens.
There.
So, what does it do now? What
Well,
did you learn?
I will have to spend a month in a forest, but once I've done that, I can turn a section of it into a woad. And then, whenever I so choose, I can travel to any point in history for that woad.
That's
Or
just
the future.
Oh god.
Staz's ears prick up when you say forest.
Any forest, Staz. I could put it in the hunting grounds, but I'm reluctant to do that, seeing it's got its own timey-wimey thing going on there.
And you need to stay in there for a month without
Yeah,
getting interrupted.
a solid month, yeah.
Mm.
Until we get some serious calm in the region, that's not going to be a possibility for a while.
That's just pouts. No friend.
We could hang out for a month, for a while, if you really wanted to, Staz. Show me what you know.
I can.
As well as the Bardic Codex, I also managed to find out some information on 3 others that we don't know.
Ooh,
Yes.
Which ones?
I found out about the Codex of Ice, the Codex of Shadowfell, and the Codex of Celestial.
Ooh.
Let's see, what did I find out? I'll bring out my little notebook that I make all my notes in. And there's not much known about it. You can create Shadow Knights and dragons from it, but there's no information on a location apart from a crackpot theorist who thinks Crimson's brother has it. But seeing as Crimson doesn't have a brother, that's not very likely.
I'd say, Shalltear, are you trying to think? Does Crimson have a brother?
Yeah, I'm thinking as well.
I
was
would
like-
say, God, shout it, or make me a history check with disadvantage, and you're the only one that can do it because you're related to royalty with this family. Actually, no, Fock or Valkyrie, I'll allow you to do it too with disadvantage, but
Yeah.
your DC will be higher because of what your order has done.
Boy.
No.
Oh, that was
Shout it. The only thing you know is
bad.
Crimson used to have a brother when he was very young, but he died, sadly, through one of the wars with the Elven Kingdoms. Like, he was young, like, maybe 16, 17. Valkyrie, yeah, the only thing you know is if he did have a brother, it ain't on record.
Mhm.
You know, he never existed. Right.
Well, if this crackpot is to be believed, maybe he didn't die. But then again, like I said, every reference I found to Crimson was that he didn't have a brother. So, I found out about the Celestial Codex. That there wasn't much information other than it existed. A person has it. There was no information on who, what they were. They're just going around helping people, and it was last spotted in the Lost Kingdom, which is now the undead. And the one I've found the most information on is the Codex of Ice. It is located in the Orc tribes, which is not to be surprising. It's a column of solid ice, and it's defended by world-class monsters. And there's a lich protective barrier around it as well. We are not getting anywhere near close to that one without the world's army at our back.
There is, and I think there was one more, but you're not like saying it. Oh, you're fucking Gizaquill.
I did find out quite a bit about the Bardic Codex, previous wielders, where they were last spotted, and stuff like that. But
You just send Quill out of the room like a child. You send...
Cool. Would you mind leaving?
Depending how nice Quill is to me for the near future, we'll see.
Whoa. Wow.
He's not at all.
The sass is amazing right now.
Furious does look to you, shouting, and go, "You want me to escort Quill out? Or you want me?"
You realise I can easily make my way back into this room.
That's good.
Do you want me to guard him?
Do you want Oryx or Oryx and Staz guarding him?
No. I will tell you that there is no comment. There's no record of where it is right now, so it's not going to be high on our priorities to go after. I just know of its existence and what it can do. Which is really interesting, actually.
The tease.
I would say, Valkyrie, Oryx looks to you and go, "Are we going to explain what's happened with our journey?"
Yeah, I heard something about. You told me about something about dragons trying to manhandle you, Oryx, but that's all I heard. So
Where did you hear that story?
from Oryx.
All right. Well, yes, I to keep it short, well, I asked Oryx to teleport me to Lake Haven to visit my mother. But things went different than I had expected. You know, she was very happy to see me, but she was actually so happy that she wouldn't let me go, basically.
Okay, so how are you here then?
She obviously had to let go at some point.
Well, she asked how I got here, and so I told her that a druid teleported me. But, well, soon after, I got a message from Oryx telling me that he was being attacked by Crimson and about to be imprisoned. So, we were able to stop the fighting before any casualties happened, but Oryx did, in fact, end up in a cell. While I was promised that he wasn't to be harmed, apparently plans were made to execute him. So he broke out, and me with him.
Wait, your mother set plans to kill Oryx?
No.
Crimson.
Right, DM?
It was Crimson, yeah.
It was
Crimson went
Crimson,
behind
yes.
your. He went behind your mother's back because of
Yeah.
what he wanted of RX. He wanted-
hmm
Fair enough.
I can't message my mother or Otter if they're in Lake Haven. It's protected. I haven't been able to do it yet. I don't know when I will be able to.
It's
I just have to keep trying, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes, which is why I mentioned it at all. Otherwise, I would have come up with some other explanation, but that wasn't the problem. I look over to Oryx if he wants to explain it.
He wanted my staff along with the knowledge I had inside. I refused to give him the knowledge, so he wanted to kill me and take the staff. Which I have contacted your father about this, Shalltear. From what I know, Rot is not happy with Crimson for nearly breaking the Druidic contract. But if you will wish, I can teleport you to the outpost, and then you can make your walk towards the laboratory.
that's yeah. But is there some other things we wish to discuss?
Oh yeah, no, it is amazing over there. Oryx, you've been not wasting any coin or time, have you?
The orc just gives a nod to you, and then
Nothing at all.
Not even a little bit of romance.
Okay. Fair enough. I'm just flicking through my notes, and I also found out some more stuff about the Abyssal Codex for when we go looking for it.
Mm-hmm. Very smart. You did remember.
It's a unique codex in the fact that it's more like a symbiote. You don't own the codex; it owns itself. And again, it picks you, not the other way around. So all that discussions we are having about who has it, it might not even be our choice. And it rarely works with the host. But if it does, it helps the user, bolsters them. Well, to be fair, we only know the location of 2 codexes at the moment. And to be fair, I'm not fancying going to the Orc Kingdom. No.
Neither do I.
Staz is just looking around the room.
I'll say, Staz, you've been to the York Kingdom many times.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you've been there many times.
Yeah.
Has
It's not weird.
as
It's
or
not weird.
as
Staz just asks for the codex.
Surprise! He knows exactly where it is. No, I'm joking.
Actually,
no,
to be
does
fair,
he know whether it's a giant ice pillar? Does he know of a giant ice
actually,
pillar in there?
Staz, do me a history check really quickly.
Oh, this is not going to go
Or
well.
history or nature, wherever one.
Nate, I would like nature, please.
No, I like to pick nature.
Nope.
Well, all you know is you've seen this before.
I've seen the pillar before.
You've seen the area before. It was inside the hunting grounds years ago. It was when you went out of the hunting grounds one day because your explorations, you were smacked right in the middle of a massive ice pillar, along with all of the creatures inside of it, which you promptly, there were a lot of monsters that made the death worms look like children. Yeah, you've been there.
So I've been to this pillar, or I've seen the pillar.
You've seen it basically as you walked out of the forest one day and then walked
Oh.
back in.
It was a big nope and just right back in.
Straight back in.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, Staz will try to explain this being like a big ice pillar. Very weird. I have seen many beasties. Rather dangerous. And just sort of